Once I've mentioned the aspect of the relationship and the trust, which I think mainly it affects those that are in leadership, it affects issues of governance and even issues of service delivery. I believe that, in my view, there is a big challenge that is, in my view, within local government, which I would refer to as factionalism. I wrote a paper which was published in 2020, focusing on the effect of political environment on service delivery. That was a study of political instability, patronage, and factionalism in a municipal environment. In that study, I highlighted key points, such as because one decides to associate him or herself with a certain faction or a certain group of people, some benefits might be derived. The other side of the coin is that even if you don't, as a leader within local government, associate yourself with a certain group of faction, you don't get trusted. If you can't be located within the factions that exist within local government, you don't get trusted by people or even by those that are in leadership with you. What I've learned in local government is that there is a difference between the position of power and being powerful. And it's important that if you are an administrator, if you are an administrative leader, a municipal manager or a director, it's important that you don't associate or align yourself with any of those factions or groupings within the municipal environment, because if you talk of politics, politics change. Things might be suitable for you today and the faction that you have chose to associate yourself with, but tomorrow things might change. So it's better for you not to associate yourself with any factions within local government. But to add more, also local government environment in South Africa gained some dominance of patronage, especially cadre deployment as a result of association with certain factions. If we can have a look at how factions affect relationships within the local government sphere, in my paper that I've written on leadership reputation and the role of factions, I made a point there which says for the political power to be guarded and protected, it is inherent in them that some inner circles within the leading bloc shall influence and control decision making. These inner circles, they graduate and later become a faction in governance, right from the groupings within individual political parties. In this situation of witnessing dominant factions within any political party, because I'm referring to any political party, you'll even have structures, you'll even have formal structures or structured factions like what was called in 2017 your CR17 or your NDZ. And I believe that even in other parties, those formal factions, they do exist. Then in this case, when a structured faction in this manner that we saw and still see in the party is winning its way up, then those that getting appointed or those that get appointed would be those that were sympathetic or associated with the faction that won the leadership race at a conference. Meaning that the appointed senior managers, therefore, are seen as the offspring of the dominant faction and therefore lose the reputation of those not part of the dominant faction. So if you look at that situation and how it manifests itself in most municipalities, you would observe challenges of service delivery. And you would observe that those service delivery challenges are man-made to some extent, because in that environment, the environment is dominated by factional politics and issues pertaining to patronage. You'll find situation whereby municipal managers and those that are reporting to municipal managers, they work on instructions because they associate themselves with certain factions. And situations whereby some municipalities, they even get into Section 39 interventions because of the poor performance of the municipality and the fact that the municipality is directed to a certain direction. So those are the challenges that you would discover in a situation whereby the municipality is characterized by factionalism, and that on its own tend to dent the reputation of the municipality and the reputation of those that are in leadership.